Hello, I'm John Kreitler. Welcome to This Week in the Market. As the debt ceiling negotiations continued in Washington, D.C. this week, Fitch Credit Agency put the U.S. sovereign debt on credit watch with a negative bias. Please remember in 2011, when we went through a similar debt ceiling negotiation, S&P Credit Agency actually downgraded the U.S. sovereign debt from AAA to AA plus. Moody's and Fitch at that point and continued to have a AAA rating for the United States, however. There were plenty of Fed officials speaking this week. Of note was Christopher Waller, a member of the Board of Governors and a voting member. He spoke about the nuanced approach he sees for Fed strategy in the next months coming up. He sees the options in his eyes as a raise, a skip, or a pause. He favors raising rates in June or possibly skipping June but raising in July. He sees inflation sticky. He sees it still embedded in the system, and he feels the Federal Reserve has more work to do in order to conquer inflation back to his 2% mandate. The economic data this week seemed to corroborate Governor Waller's thoughts. Department of Labor's initial jobless claims released on Thursday were at 227,000. Department of Commerce on Thursday also released a second estimate for first quarter GDP, which came in at 1.6% growth. Also, the inflation gauge in that report, the PCE, personal consumption expenditure, stayed at 5%, sticky and above where the Fed would like it at 2%. For its part, the 2-year bond rose to 4.5%. It seemed to be erasing any idea of any Fed rate cuts at the end of this year, and also priced in a rate hike of either June or July. The 2-10 spread remains inverted, with both the 2 and 10 rising this week, but the 2 rising more so than the 10-year bond. Stock market indexes were volatile, also within its trading ranges. S&P 500 found resistance at 4,200, but stayed above its 200-day long-term moving average. Next week will bring the monthly jobs report on Friday, as well as continued negotiations by Congress and the executive administration over the debt ceiling. Please, this weekend, have a wonderful time, but let's remember our fellow countrymen who paid the ultimate sacrifice for us for our freedom. Until next time, this is John Kreitler. Thank you for watching This Week in the Markets, and have a great day.